All right, welcome back. We're here at the grill. Steve Wilkes once again is here from Longhorn Steakhouse. Thank you for coming. I'd say it's our favorite day of the year, but it's our favorite days of the year because you come.
We're so glad that you come all the time. You should have seen the people lined up at the window behind when you brought all the food in to see what you were cooking for us.
Nice.
We know that pizza and chicken wings and all of that kind of stuff, they're all great Super Bowl foods. I'm not going to argue with that, but you're giving us a little bit of an upgrade here today. What are you cooking?
Well, first I want to start off with our legendary steaks. I have fresh, never frozen steaks. And you don't have to go into hibernation just because, it's wintertime.
Grill out. That's what we asked the question on Facebook, and everybody replied. There was one person who said, no, it's too cold. Everyone else said the same thing that we all said inside, except for Tony Cavalier, who said, no, it's too cold. We all said we grill out during the wintertime.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I got some of our Flo's fillets, and I'm seasoning it with some of our legendary seasoning that we have. For folks who don't have the seasoning, you can use garlic, pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper if you want to, and it does the same thing.
It smells so delicious.
Delicious.
Yeah, and then we've got some surf and turf going on.
We do. I wanted to spoil you guys, so
that's okay.
Yeah, we're all right with that.
We have no problem.
I got some lobster tails that I'm going to put down as well.
What kind of seasoning are you using on there, Steve?
And this is called prairie dust.
Okay.
It's basically almost the same thing, but these are the perks of coming to Longhorn, to where you get some of these special spices that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah,
nice.
Normally we don't have this kind of stuff in stock. If you wanted to try something like this at home, what would you suggest for that?
The same thing. Don't overcomplicate it. If you want to get overcomplicated, come see me at Longhorn. When I'm cooking at home myself, I use, like I said, garlic, pepper, salt, a little bit of cayenne pepper, and olive oil as well. And that pretty much does the trick. When you start to get all crazy and start using all kinds of marinades and start looking at these TV shows and thinking, you don't want to do that, because you don't have to do all that.
Right.
Keep it really simple.
Exactly, because if you're like Tamir and the Steelers are in the football game, per se, you're going to be stressed out enough. You don't need to add the stress with what you're cooking and the seasonings that go into it.
Yeah. So when you have these, the steak I know, because I can do the meat thermometer. I do that just to be safe. I go to 145 for the rare. I'd go more rare. How do we do that? I'm not really at all knowledgeable when it comes to seafood and lobster. How do you judge?
Well, you definitely need to cook it for at least, to get 165 degrees internal temperature.
Okay.
And, you want to touch it, make sure that it's not as wiggly as it is now. Basically, like it's swimming. So you can check it, make sure it's definitely bouncy, and you can tell that it's nice and white. The shell's going to turn nice and a plump red, and you're going to know that it's done.
If you had to put a time frame on it, how long would you say that takes?
About 10 to 15 minutes, honestly.
So not that long.
To cook it. Yeah,
no,
it's
it
not
really
that long.
isn't that long.
And we do it two different ways at Longhorn. We do cook some in the oven, so you can cook it in the oven. Set your oven for 350.
Okay.
And cook it for the same amount of time. Or if you want to put on the grill, you can do that. Just make sure your grill's hot, at least 450, 500 degrees.
Okay.
And put the top down, actually.
Yeah.
And it's going to help it to where that steam and everything is going to help it complete and cook the process.
We're going to get into cold weather grilling when we come back from the break, but very quickly before we go to the break, does it make a big difference then, especially when it's cold, to not have that lid? How much longer do you have to cook it then?
Yes, doing it this way, since we're not at home, it's going to take a little bit longer.
Okay.
If I was at home, I definitely would have my lid closed right now.
Okay.
And that's going to definitely help it, because you're going to need that to trap the heat in it, so it won't burn and it cooks up well.
I think Brittany would be willing to make a lid out of it. She'd go over the top with her hands and just try to keep it warm.
Will we be able to eat this by the time the show's over?
That's my plan.
All right.
That's my plan.
We've got some work cut out for us.
Yes,
We'll check back in just a few minutes. Stay with us.